Our assessment shows that the Privacy Shield continues to ensure an adequate level of protection, but we also make some recommendations on how its implementation can be further improved for the years to come. The change of administration in the United States made this first annual review especially relevant. And I must say that US Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross and his team have been very clear about their commitment to the Privacy Shield, and I got the feeling they understood the concerns Europeans have about the transfer of their personal data. Privacy Shield is a continuous work and a trust-building exercise. I've always said that the Privacy Shield was not a document lying in a drawer, never checked. Both the US and the Commission will actively monitor it, and the annual review is a key moment in that process. But I also want to inform you that we found the space for improvement, and here I come with several recommendations. One is raising more awareness for citizens about the Privacy Shield, including how to make a complaint if needed. So far, there have been practically no complaints, but we should not be complacent. It might mean that people lack information. This is, by the way, also the task for us, for the European Commission, to inform the citizens about the possibility to get better redress and, first of all, to have their complaint dealt with properly. We also recommend a more proactive and regular search for false claims and ongoing monitoring of compliance with the Shield by relevant US authorities. On the national security side, we recommend appointing, as soon as possible, a permanent Privacy Shield ombudsperson, because at this moment there is only an acting one. And also, we see the situation with the missing members of the Privacy and Civil Liberties Oversight Board, so-called PCCLOB, which is not satisfactory because we want to see the full-fledged appointed people. We also know that the so-called Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, which authorizes some forms of surveillance, will expire at the end of the year. For us, the best-case scenario would be if the Congress considered enshrining the protections of data for non-Americans also into this US law. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude. Privacy Shield, how we understand it, is a digital bridge that benefits our economies and allows people to use online platforms and services, while at the same time it offers strong protection of personal data of EU citizens. Of course, as I said, the first review is very relevant, taking into account the big change in the American administration, and I will not really reveal that I had a very good working relationship and very high level of trust with the people negotiating Privacy Shield under Mr. Obama's administration, especially Penny Pritzker, who was the lady who understood very well, besides other things, why the EU is so stubborn about having the high standard of protection of private data in the United States. So I wondered whether we can continue based on this spirit of trust. And after the second visit in Washington and after the second meeting with Wilbur Ross, I can say that I tend to trust. I am positive about the approach of the American administration. I can say that my second visit dispelled my doubts whether America first doesn't mean America only, which would be a bad news for the EU. Of course, there is still some difference between the US and EU, how we understand the conflict of the two priorities, being more secure, being more protected from the privacy point of view. What I can say is, after we tested and scrutinized the situation in the United States, that the privacy and the protection of privacy is very high on American soil. Of course, there is the emphasis on security, but this is for us to balance it properly in the Privacy Shield, that both priorities, and from our point of view, especially the priority of protection of data, is strongly enhanced and promoted.